Hello everyone, this is Kaim Kipor, and today I will be teaching you how to make dashboards that are, you know, much more based on cricket tournaments. Like we have a 2022 T20 tournament going on at the moment. So, how a dashboard is made. So, without any further delays, I just get on with it. So, this is the front end. Yeah, this is where we will be doing most of designing and making it more neat. So a front end should not have much calculations, yeah, and it should be as neat and as presentable as possible. So let's get started with it. And here's where you get all the important information. Yeah, okay. So I have typed date here. So, although it's not going to be much, um, you know, it does not heavily impact the dashboard. It can be wrong, but for the purpose of creating a dashboard for cricket, it's very important that you need to, note the date. That so yeah. Then here I will be typing in team one and team two. So say suppose England and New Zealand are playing. So team one will be in England and team two would be New Zealand. And it can be team one can could be New Zealand as well, and team two could be England. So it's interchangeable. So there's no hard and fast rule here. And here you have winner of this both. So let's just go ahead and fill it up. So since this is going to be more based on the ongoing tournament, so to give you guys some you know clarity on this matter, uh, I will use this ongoing tournament as an example. As you can see here, that I have actually filled in the tables, and sometimes team one is New Zealand, and sometimes they are team two. So basically, we just filled in these teams as according with what. So now, since I just said that this is the front end So it should be as neat as possible. So let's just do some design work. Yeah. So we first draw borders here, and it's better if it's in center. It's much better if these are emboldened. And let's choose a color for this. Yeah, I guess this is fine. So we could probably even color these teams based on their own national, like the based on the country. Like, Australia gets yellow color, and New Zealand probably pink, India blue. But since that would be a little confusing, I'm just going to color it all in one color. Yeah. So we have it here. So this is going to be our front end, and we could probably conditionally format this as well, and maybe based on who the winner is. But I'm not going to do all that. You're welcome to try that, but I'm just going to color this all in one color. So here we have it. This is our schedule. Yeah. And now here, let's make a points table. We first add these points here. NRR, that is the net run rate. I will explain you how it's calculated, but for now you just need to type in this. And uh, since rain is a major factor, we need to include this as well. I'm not including Thai since I don't think it's necessary, especially in a T20. Usually it goes down to the super over, so I'm just not including any Thai for now. So let's just type in here. Now we are going to leave this blank and explain you why in some time. But for now, we'll just leave this space blank. We're not typing any country. So, so now for group B, just copy and paste it. And just make slight modification here. Group B. Yeah. It makes it more beautiful if you could color it. It's something that's better. Guys, you're free to choose your own colors. So you know, you don't have to depend on me for this. So okay. So here we go. So this is going to be our front end. Yeah. And let's also, maybe add a few results that have already taken place. Instead of doing this, typing the name, I could. You see, during the times there were rain, I typed it as NA. Yeah. And these have not been completed as of yet. So, we could probably uh, fill in it, fill this with this color, or maybe like this. No, this is so. Yes, guys, I'm a little poor at designing, so I'll leave that work to you. So this is going to be our front end here. So now for a back end, we just select all this, copy it, take a new sheet and paste here. So guys, this is backend. Like this could be as ugly as it can. So there's no problem with that. The very important thing here is this is the part where you need to do the most of the mathematical formulae and all that. It's done here. So you need not worry about this presentability much, since this is not going to be viewed by the user. But yeah, it's important that it is in an ordered manner, so that if there is any mistakes or corrections, you could do that without facing much problem. Yeah. So we just copied and pasted this here. Now what we do here, we're going to add another column. Can you copy this winners column? And we're going to add another column here. And okay, so since I just copied it, uh, so all right. Now this will be the losing thing. Fine. Now, in front end, a column like this would be seen as redundant. So we usually try to avoid adding too many columns, since that would defeat the purpose of creating a dashboard for that. But now here we could add as many columns as it is necessary. So if when all this is done, you could also hide it, by clicking this, double clicking here. Sorry. And hide. But for now, I will not hide it. I am working on it, so let's let it be here. So now losing team, you could, manually type it down, but then that would be very uh, an unnecessary work, which could really well be optimized. So what we are going to do is we're going to add this if formula here. If D2 is B2. So if the winner is the team 1, then the losing team would be team 2. If not, then it would be team 1. You get this? So it's just a simple formula. And look, voila. We just copy it down. Now we're still not ready to get to go yet. If you could see, there are a few glitches. Like in this case, there's NA. We wrote it NA, that it's not applicable. The rain had ruined the day. So in this case, we saw the losing team to be South Africa. So this is kind of glitch that we don't want, and it could cause unnecessary trouble to us. So we are going to further optimize this formula. We are going to add another if formula here. So if D2, sorry about that, if D2 is Na, then this would also be NNA, right? We would just copy it down. Now, let's copy this formula. As you can see, we have Na here, and it just got copied to its right. So um, I guess that does solve it. And uh, yeah, we're gonna add another sheet, which is very important one, the points table one. Yeah. So we are going to add. I'm going to replicate this whole design here. I'm going to copy it and paste it here. That's fine. Just extend this a little. I know it doesn't look right. You could very well optimize it. I'm not very good at this stuff, so I'm really sorry about that. So here. Here we type in the names manually. Australia, England, New Zealand, and Sri Lanka. So we have all this here. Now we calculate here. So we'll leave this NRR for the last. I would explain it's kind of like it's a tedious process here. And just first thing we count. So we use a countif formula to count as many times here. That way we figure out how many times I'm sorry. Oh, we could do this in sheet one as well. So there's absolutely no problem at all. So yeah, this is where we count, and the criteria is Australia. So we need Australia. The number of times Australia is going to appear in uh, this particular column, we we are going to count it. And let us fix this one so that while counting the number of times it lost, so here we get is one once, and we just move this side. It lost once. Now we did, you know, remove this and drag it down. I think I made a slight mistake here. We need to fix this column as well. Now we drag it down, and that's much better. We copy it here, group B. We do a similar thing here. Copy it down. Yeah, that's that does look good. So there's one thing that you need to make. Uh, is one thing that you need to be very careful. So you need to match this with this. You need to refer this to sheet one, so that whenever you update here, it automatically gets updated in the second sheet. So just copy it down. Yeah. So it's fine if you get this zero kind. All right. You should it shouldn't be worry to you. And also don't forget to it's fine if you get this. Yeah, no problem. And in order to solve this, you use another if formula, that if is equal to 0, there's a 0 here. If not, you'll find out and go to another formula. I forgot to add if there. Sorry for that. So we move it down here. Oh, is that fine? So it automatically gets dated here. Now I think there is a bit of problem here. It's fine. So now for the NA part, there are two ways to solve this. One, you could use the countif plus VLOOKUP, but uh, you know, maybe that might get a little complicated. So what I would suggest here is, you add another column next, you know, in adjacent two columns here, and just title them rain 1 and rain 2. So the formula, let me just delete the existing formula that has been copied here. So you can give the formula like if is NA, yeah, you would need you just take this, yeah. If not, you just leave it blank. Probably it would be best if you type in here 0. So we copy this here as well. So since New Zealand and Australia's match ended in result, we, you know, we don't get any easier. But now we just copy the formula down. So you can see here, South Africa and Zimbabwe's match ended in an abandonment. Yeah. So you could see here South Africa and Zimbabwe, Afghanistan, New Zealand, and Afghanistan, Ireland. And I just received news that even Australia and England's match has resulted in a washout. So because of this washout, I would type here NA, right? You see it gets automatically updated here. So this is the backend. And now what we do here is we check the number of times this team has appeared in any of the NA. So we just drag it down, select the whole section. Yeah. It's better to, if we would fix this, since we need to copy it down. You can see there's one that Shoya's match ended in a no result. So you can see that one coming here. So we just drag it down. Yeah. We copy this to group B as well. So here we go. Now NRR for now, I would just uh, leave this. So let's go directly to the points. I'll come back to NRR. It's very important that we do this as well. But for now, I'm just leaving it blank. I want to, first calculate my points. So this one, it should be simple, as you know, in most of the games. Um, you have this the winner gets 2 points and the loser 0. So we would be following that, and it's the same in this ongoing tournament as well. Plus, if there's any innings, we already have one here. So there we go. We drag this down. Yet our um, our table is not complete without the NRR in it. So I get that. Yeah. But first, uh, we need to add a few more columns here. Yeah. Now what we do here, this is very important. We format this table. You could format it in any which way you want. So it's fine. This table has headers, obviously. So there's a bit of glitch here. Not sure how to tackle this. So let's just leave that aside for now. Yeah. Then we come to this, we format this as well. Table as headers. It's fine that as long as you are able to read it, you are able to understand what's going on. It's fine. You don't need to worry about this. Yeah, it may not look very neat, but um, this is the back end, so it's perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about it much. Now we add in a few more extra um, you know, we add in a few more extra columns as well. One is the rank. Yeah. And let's say this one to be rank 2. And this is the final rank. So this is where we basically decide whether this particular team is being qualified or not. And you could also, maybe write something like qualification if this whether this team is getting qualified or not. And we just copy down. Yeah. So we first decide the rank here. Yeah. And reference is this. You could leave this side as well, but you know, I'm just typing in zero so that you guys understand what's going on. Now, obviously, you can see here that uh, it's very much tied. Like there are like four teams that hold the first rank, while there are two teams that hold the you know the rank, the last rank, the fifth rank. So this isn't right. So for that, there is also NRR. We 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 need to calculate NRR for this. So let's just for we will assume some random number here. Yeah, so that it's easier for us to calculate. Just rand between, we say zero. No, maybe we say minus two, two. Yeah, any number that comes in between. Copy this one down. Here we are. And now to obtain this ranked second, it's very important because we can't have four teams that qualify. There's only two teams that would qualify. But as you can see here, there are four teams that hold the first position apparently. So that's just not possible. So we need to do something about this. So one thing that we can do is we need to So what we do here is we need to decide what tiebreaker we need to determine. So here's the formula for that. So basically, this is a little complicated, yeah, but so what exactly this does is if there's a tie between the ranks, that is more than one uh more than one team shares similar rank, so it basically ranks it on the NRR, yeah, and give the reference. And we also divide this by 100 so that this is something that we did because we needed to, maybe add later. It's perfectly fine if you don't do anything to this. We just leave it untouched, but it's still going to yield the same, but it looks much more better this way. So yeah, so here we go. So now what we do, we basically is add this with this. There we go. Now as you can see, we just when we sort it, lands in the first. So and this extra column, we could use this as well, maybe for something like, if your rank here, we rank this now, rank this to find a rank, and then we, you know, basically just so this should be ascending, mind you. Uh, Now, if this is more than one, that is, you know, like now if this rank here is one or two, we say qualified. We just put a Q here so that it's it denotes you're qualified. This game qualifies. And if it does not, we put this here. Eliminated. So based on this, we see for a fact that two teams here, they qualified Australia and England, also have eliminated. And we just copy this here to group B. Now, of course, at first it would show an error, but you just need to modify it for a second table. That's that's just one modification that you need to do. And here. So here you can see, oh, there seems to be a little problem here. Oh, that's because Um, both the teams have same NR and same points, so that's fine. That's okay for now. We'll just ignore that one because once we are able to calculate around, it's going to be a very difficult chance that both the teams have seen NR. So but now we just ignore this. All right. Uh, yeah. So one thing that we could do here is we could basically refer this to, you know, whichever team is front. We could drag this down. Yeah. So you don't need to manually type here. Please don't do that. It defeats the whole purpose. So we could refer this as well. And the points. Yeah. Drag this down. Copy and paste in group B. So there we have it. We don't need all these extra columns here, but now jobs still yet to do. There's still more to do. Still a lot to do. In fact, um, the qualification is not yet complete. There's some more things that you need to do. So for example, if we could probably conditionally format this. So we basically go to new rule. Yeah, we use a formula here to determine. So if this is Q, you'd have a green. Okay, yeah, you have a green color. Yeah, but there's some more to do. So we'll just delete this rule. I'm not sure what this is. So make another rule. If this is E, it's a red. And we apply this here. I guess this is something that I need to do. Okay, yeah, should not be fixed. So now let's supply this now. So we see here, yeah, we can see the qualified teams get green while the eliminated teams get red. Can even, you know, sorted by qualified, not three teams here that are qualified. So you could use this, to make it more presentable. You could leave this like that. Now, one of the most confusing points here is the NRR, how you calculate it. It's not very straightforward and simple, but I will try my best here. So, one thing we could do, we make two two such shades here. Remember one as batting and one as bowling. Yeah. And then we, maybe just copy and paste it from here. So that's much more easier. Yeah. And mind you, you need to leave a space here so that you can total the sum. Yeah. Just put some heading here. Team or group A or anything would do. And we will we'll color it the same so that it's not confuses. And yeah, we will copy this, paste it, but we need to transpose it so that you know get get information on. Okay, now I just add the total part as well here, and then one here, one here as well. So yeah, we need to copy this and paste this as well. Transpose it. Yeah. And we also forgot to draw the borders. Once. All right. Now, now here we copy this whole and we paste it here. I'll get to the logic part why we are doing this. It's pretty simple if you pay attention. Yeah. So now this here we basically we just write how much a team has scored against a particular opponent. So um, So, maybe I need to rename this. Bit mistake from my end. Yeah, you need rename as runs and overs. So basically, the logic here is we calculate each and every single uh, run that the team has scored. So let's first start with Ireland. Ireland does not play with Ireland. Ireland against New Zealand hasn't happened yet. Ireland against Australia is yet to happen. So Ireland did play against England. Yeah, this one's an exception to the rule. So since England had to score something 110 in 15 hours, so we type that instead of what exactly Ireland scored. So let's center it. Yeah, Ireland played against Sri Lanka, but he only scored 128. And in the end, we will just total it up, or maybe we could use a sum as well. Both are fine. Control C, Control V, and in this part here, this is very important since in this part we are going to determine how many overs were left, or how many overs the score made. So if Ireland was chasing and say suppose Sri Lanka scored 130 and Ireland had to chase 131, and if we did chase it under maybe like in 15 overs, we type 15 here. So that's how it is now. Since Ireland versus England was something very unique kind of situation. So Ireland, we assume Ireland scored 110 in 15 overs. Yeah, so 11 in fact. Right. So that's in 15 overs. And against Sri Lanka, they took all 20 overs. So even if Ireland gets all out, like under 16 or 17 overs, under 16 or 17 overs, it's still going to be counted as 20. You had 20 overs to spare. So you had all the 20 overs. So uh, it's going to be counted as 20. So yeah. So let me just, go ahead and fill this up all. There, we just finished um, editing all the rows here. As you can see, these are the runs and these are the overs. So now what we do here is very simple. So if you know the how an hour works, it's fine. And if you don't, it's still fine. You know now. So one thing we do here is we basically you're gonna use VLOOKUP here, guys. It's okay. I know it's not easy to understand this, but we're basically gonna use VLOOKUP formula here. And wait, let's just put this inside the parentheses. That's much more easier for us to calculate. Yeah. Now the lookup value for this, I'm going to use this, the team name. The array for this would be the total number of, so this will be our array here. And let's fix this. And the column index number, I think, just made a small mistake here. A. Yeah. The column index number would be, since this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8. Yeah. So so this is 1. Let's just leave it aside. Now we need to add another parenthesis, since this divided by X lookup, H lookup. Now in H lookup, we're going to see this. Yeah. So don't make the mistake of including this total as well. Although it's fine, but you can't include the A part here. So let's fix this one. Okay, I made another small mistake here. So our lookup value here would be this. Let's fix this. Row index would be 8, since that's where the totals are. Yeah. Right. But the part's not done yet. So so here we are calculating the amount of runs. Oh, wait, hold on. May have made a mistake here. Really sorry, guys. Just cut this out. So basically it's just runs divided by hours. So this is going to be a little interesting. So NRR is basically the amount of total runs you have scored divided by total number of overs you have played, and minus the number of runs you have conceded by the number of overs you've bowled. So to do this, we're going to use the formula VLOOKUP. So this, although it may seem a little confusing, it's really not. Just bear with me, and I'll guide you through this. So let's put two parentheses before this. Trust me, you're going to need it. And the lookup value will be this one right here. Yeah, table array. As you can see here, would be the number of overs that you have scored. So the number of runs that you have scored. So don't include this. Do not include this. Just fixed it. Yeah. The column index in which the total is 8. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8. Yeah. Now that divided by, and we are going to use the same thing in the overs section. We're going to hop into overs. So in the overs sheet, we're going to do something similar. So I just you know save all the hard work and maybe just copy this, paste it here, and instead of runs, it would be overs. Yeah. So that ends one parenthesis. There is one more thing that we need to do. Our job's not done yet. So the number of overs that you have conceded, that is this. So for this, you're going to use H lookup. You're going to use this part of the table. So a smart move is, just copy this, paste it here. Instead of V, write H, team name runs. But okay, now this is where you need to be really careful of, because now you're calculating the overs conceded. So you don't need to make that mistake here. So for this, you're going to use this one. Yeah. But be very careful not to include this A part. Fix it. We will do something similar. Just copy and paste it here. This will be our H lookup again. And finally, close the other parenthesis as well. So now when we, okay, I'm not sure what, yeah, let me just see if there's something that we may have done wrong. Yeah. So here's it. So we have got our NRR. So we repeat the same process here as well. let me be very quick and just scripture. We may, just use the same formula here. Okay, sorry. So now what we do here, instead of table 1, we write table 2. Instead of runs, now in this part, you need to change your um, array again. Rest all will be the same. So again, table 2. Instead of this, we use this, fix it, copy, paste. Okay, there's some. Oh yeah, I forgot about this table 2. So yeah, now let's do. Yeah, we've now uh got our NRR for both these tables. We also got who's qualified. Yeah. So now that means you come here, you see this, you know, with sorted rank now. So now you can see here, this is our basic cricket dashboard. Now you could play around with it. You could maybe see for your favorite team's qualification chances or something like, what would happen if Sri Lanka bet New Zealand. So you see here things, and maybe you could design it and do a couple of more things, and here we go. You got a dashboard. Now you could maybe use this to probably find out your favorite team's chances. Like I could see what happens if Sri Lanka wins. So here, Sri Lanka, see, gets 4 points and it's qualified. So that way it's very helpful. Thank you so much. Please do subscribe to the channel and be sure to like this video as well.